Sevgili seyircilerimiz, bugünkü pazar konserimizde sizlere olağanüstü bir program sunacağız. Bütün çağların en büyük komedyenlerinden Danny Kaye'in New York'taki Metropolitan Operası'nda çocuklar için gerçekleştirdiği eşsiz bir gösteri. Büyük sanatçı aslında çocuklar için hazırladığı ama her yaştan kişilerin de büyük neşe ve zevkle izleyeceği, operayı şakayla tanıtan, sevdiren bir şaheser sunuyor. Onun için davetsiz misafiriniz olarak da olsa evlerinize uzanıp hepinize sesleniyorum. Sayın baylar, gazetenizi bir an bırakarak ekran başına geliniz. Sayın bayanlar, eğer ev işleriyle meşgulseniz bir an için bırakınız ve bize katılınız. Aziz gençler ve özellikle sevgili çocuklar, koşunuz ekran başına. Hem öğretici hem de eğlendirici bu programı kaçırmayınız. Hatta operadaki çocukların yaptığı gibi siz de neşeyle katılınız müziğe yeri geldikçe. Ve hepiniz, sayın ve sevgili seyircilerimiz, hepiniz müzikli bir pazar keyfini tadınız bu eşsiz gösteriyle. Daha önce ikinci programda yayınladığımız ve büyük istek üzerine şimdi tekrarlayacağımız programda Danny Kaye ilkin çocuklarla müzikal ilişki kuruyor ve onlara yalnız tek sesli değil, çok sesli örnekler de söyleterek herkesin müziğe katılabileceğini gösteriyor. Evet, müziğin öteki güzel sanatların yanında özel bir yeri var. Herkes resim, heykel yapamaz. Herkes tiyatro, bale oynayamaz. Ama 7'den 70'e kadar herkes şarkı söyleyebilir. Ses ve kulak özürler dışında. Müziğin yaygın gücü de buradan gelmiyor mu? Ninni ile bizi beşikte karşılayıp ağıt ile sonsuzluğa uğurlayan müzik, insan yaşantısının ayrılmaz parçası değil midir? Danny Kaye daha sonra operanın teknik yönünü tanıtıyor ve altyapısını gösteriyor. Tiyatro ve opera sahneleri bir buzdağının üstte görünen pek küçük bölümü gibidir. Sahnede birkaç kişi rol yaparken, gerek sahne arkasında, altında ve üstünde bazen yüzlerce kişi onların sanatını yapmasına yardım ederler. Her sanat bir materyalin kullanması ile gerçekleşir. Resim için çizgi, boya, heykel için taş, mermer, edebiyat için kelime gibi. Müzik için de ses bu materyalin ham maddesi olmaktadır. Danny Kaye zaman zaman kendisi de katılarak ve eşsiz bir sanat gücü ile karikatürize ederek insan seslerini çağımızın en seçkin opera sanatçılarından tanıtıyor. Daha sonra da bu seslerden opera edebiyatının büyük ustaları Mozart, Rossini, Mascagni, Bizet ve Verdi'nin en çok tanınmış, en sevilen parçaları Danny Kaye'in şakacı merceğinden geçerek sunuluyor. Burada sanatçının yani Danny Kaye'in esaslı bir şarkı söyleme tekniği olmadığı halde nasıl bir güçle ve gerçek üslubuyla şarkılara katıldığına dikkatlerinizi çekerken ister istemez Charlot'un bir hikayesini hatırlıyorum. Bir filminde rol icabı bir opera aryasını tam bir opera tekniğiyle söyleyince 40 yıllık dostu büyük hayretle yanaşır ve şöyle der: "Yahu Charlie, ben senin keman çaldığını bilirim. Evelallah biraz piyanoda tıngırdatırsın gerektiğinde. Ama şan dersi aldığını hiç bilmiyorum. Nasıl oluyor da bu kadar zor bir aryayı tam bir operacı gibi söylüyorsun?" Büyük komedyenin cevabı kısadır: hayret edilecek bir şey yok. Falanca tenoru taklit ettim, o kadar. Evet sevgili müzikseverler, sanat usta çırak işi olarak ilkin taklitle başlar. Ama orada kalırsa çırak ustanın ya kopyası ya da karikatürü olarak kalır. Gerçek sanatçı odur ki ustasından aldığını bir adım daha ileriye götürür ve sonsuza dek uzanan sanat zincirine yeni halkalar ekler. Danny Kaye işte o tip yaratıcı sanatçılardan biridir. Onun bugün seyredeceğimiz türde başka bir programı daha var. Dünyanın en büyük orkestralarından biri olan New York Filarmonisi'ni aynı şakacı üslubu ile yönettiği bir program. Taklitten başlayıp profesyonel orkestra şefinin bütün gücüyle ve kelimenin tam anlamı ile yönettiği konserin video çekimini sağladığımız takdirde sizlere sunacağız. Sevgili seyircilerimiz, eskiden operalar ve tiyatrolara, temsillere başlamadan önce çığırtkanlar zil çalarak başlayacağını haber verirlermiş. Şimdi ben de aynı geleneği canlandırarak hepinize tekrar sesleniyorum. Bayanlar, baylar, gençler, çocuklar, haydi ekran başına. Danny Kaye'in eşsiz opera programını seyretmeye. Bir gören pişman, bir görmeyen pişman. Ve işte karşınızda sihirli ekran.
Danny Kaye's looking at the Metropolitan Opera. Starring Danny Kaye. With guest stars Beverly Sills, Judith Blagan, Adriana Malaponte, Rosalind Elias, Jose Carreras, Enrico Di Giuseppe, Robert Merrill, James Morris, conducted by James Levine. Ladies and gentlemen of all ages, we have the honor and the pleasure to present Mr. Danny Kaye.
Isn't that marvelous? Well, good morning. Good morning. Isn't that beautiful? Well, you see, now that you know everything there is to know about opera, bye-bye. No. What I really want to explain, this is a singing theater. So nobody ever says good morning. What you have to do is sing it. So when I come out, we'll do good morning. See, now I will give you a cue, and then when I do that, you will sing good morning back to me, all right? Okay? I don't hear you. That's right. Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Isn't that beautiful? That is really marvelous. Now, before we go on, I must explain something to you because you are in a very unusual theater today. You are in one of the great opera houses in the world, the Metropolitan Opera House. And it is a theater. But there are many, many kinds of theater. There is speaking theater, where people come out and say, I have. Can you have yet heard what I have in that sense? Do you, as we can, I say, before. You have speaking theater. People come out and speak. And then you have dancing theater, where people go, voices fall. Then, of course, we have singing theater. Let me hear this side. You see the way we are all divided from the top balcony to the fourth, to the third, to the second, to the first, and to this easel right down here. Now from this easel over to the left, I want you to sing for me, Ah, when I give you the beat, not yet. Everybody, top to bottom, let me hear. Ah. Yes, that is very good, except it doesn't have enough volume. We cannot hear you in Queens. And that's where you are supposed to be heard. Everybody, let me hear. Ah. Very good. This center section, top to bottom, as I give you a beat, you will sing for me. Ah, you will sing, ah, let me hear. Okay, now you be prepared because I have a surprise for you. Remember the song we sang down in here, which is, ah, top to bottom, here we go. And when you sing the note, I want you to hold it, and we will sing, ah, very loud. You sing, ah, ah. Dearly beloved, explain something to you. In opera, when people sing something rather spectacular, they don't merely applaud, they holler, bravo! If it's a man. If it's a lady, they holler, brava! See? So let us say that a gentleman has just finished a magnificent aria, and I will pretend to do an aria and sing the last note, and then you applaud and holler bravo at the same time, all right? Oh, there's got to be more applause than that. No, you keep applauding. See, I will pretend, though, as though I am embarrassed by it, but that shouldn't stop you. Now. You're going to be marvelous. Marvelous. Now, with all of this, with all that you will be seeing today, with all the scenery that goes on, all the special effects, all the musicians, all the people who create the costumes, put on the makeup, everybody involved, do you have any notion of how many people it takes to put on an opera? 9 people? Yes. That's almost right. 9 people. Would you like me to show you some magic? I don't hear you. Okay. I will show you some magic. Now, when I say 1, 2, I want you to go pop, pop. Not yet, not yet, not yet! Now, this will be it. Okay, with me. 1, 2! Do you know that is a block and a half long? So don't go away, I'll be with you in a little while. One, block and a half long. Isn't that remarkable? Huh? All right, now here we go. We will show you on the way down what it takes to put an opera together. Here we go. Now, hey. That's your place. Isn't that marvelous? Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, you are infinitely more talented. Did you see what I just did? Now, would you like me to explain something to you that these young, incredible voices do? Good morning. Well, let me have a little stool here, Ozzy. Ladies and gentlemen, the executive stage manager of the Metropolitan Opera, Mr. Ozzy Hawkins. Then, of course, we have... we wish you a happy opera. We wish you a happy opera. We wish you a happy opera. And a day out of school. Young friends, these are the people that I told you about before who are responsible for putting on the shows here at the Metropolitan. The people who make the costumes, design the scenery, sew the clothes, make up the people, and move the scenery and work the lights, and the whole Metropolitan Ballet Company, the whole Metropolitan Chorus, and the whole Metropolitan Orchestra, all under the brilliant direction of my young, very gifted friend, Mr. James Levine, principal conductor of the Metropolitan. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you were very kind, and I want to thank you very much for having done your job so superbly. Now, if you will excuse me, I have something to do with the children, so if you'll all leave quietly, we'll go on with me. Now, in the basic... thank you very much. It was very kind of you all to come out, and we do hope you had a pleasant morning, but I won't need you anymore now, so I just want to work with the children. Thank you very much. So if you will go. Now, in the form of... Will you please leave? I have something to do with the children. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I will now sing an aria. You are probably aware that there are many kinds of voices in opera. In the male range, for instance, there is the bass voice, which is very low, and the baritone, which is kind of in the middle, and the tenor, who sings on top. And in the soprano, in the lady department, we have the sopranos. We have lyric sopranos, mezzo sopranos, coloratura sopranos, and I would like you to meet some extraordinary people. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. James Morris of the Metropolitan Opera. Jimmy? Good morning, James.
Good morning, Danny.
That's a bass. Did you hear that? Good morning, Danny. Very, very. Well, not quite that low. A young man who has been a star at the Metropolitan for many, many years, a remarkable baritone, Mr. Robert Merrill. Roberto! Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Bravo. Now, a fellow who sings in the realm of the astronauts, Enrico Di Giuseppe. Aye? There we are. A lovely mezzo, Miss Rosalind Elias. Roz? Good morning. Good morning. See that? She's a lady bass. Now we have the ones that travel around with the tenor up in the rarefied air. Ah, lovely coloratura, Judith Blagan. Judy. Now, as you know, opera has a beginning, a middle, and sometimes an end. And to start our demonstration of the different kinds of voices, you will hear excerpts of arias that I think you will recognize. You're familiar with the tops in pops? Huh? Well, we're going to have tops in ops. To begin our prologue, Mr. Prologo himself, Robert Merrill. Yes.
Si può, signori, scusatemi se da sol mi presento, io sono il prologo.
Oh, bravo. We have the Philadelphia Flash, Rico Di Giuseppe,
La donna immobile, qual piuma al vento, muta d'accento e di pensiero. La donna immobile, qual piuma al vento, muta d'accento e di pensiero. E di pensiero.
The Boston bombshell Rosalind Elias. She sings.
Si tu ne m'aimes pas, si tu m'aimes, je t'aime. Mais si je t'aime, prends
the lowest of the low.
Non più andrai farfallone amorosa, notte e giorno d'intorno girando, delle belle turbando e riposo, Narcisetta tua uncino d'amor. Delle belle turbando e riposo, Narcisetta tua uncino d'amor.
Oh, he can go lower than that, Jimmy. Excuse me. Take a deep breath.
Tutti mi vogliono.
Get him, Bobby.
Madonna, ragazzi.
Go after
Come
him, Bobby.
fanciulle. Quale parrucca.
Get him.
Presta la barba. Quale sanguigno. Presta dietro. Tutti mi chiedono, tutti mi vogliono. Tutti mi chiedono, tutti mi vogliono. Quale parrucca. Prestami dietro, prestami dietro. Ehi, Figaro. E Figaro, 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 Figaro. E Figaro. Bravo Figaro, bravo bravissimo, bravo bravissimo, fortunatissimo, 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 Figaro. Bravo Figaro, bravo bravissimo, bravo bravissimo, fortunatissimo, 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 Figaro. Sono il qualcosa della città, sono il qualcosa della città, della città, della città.
You were beautiful. I love the way you do that. Because
recitar mentre preso dal delirio non so più quel che dico e quel che faccio. Eppure d'uomo sforzati, va, sei tu forza.
Ricky!
Signor, signore, cara avec les soldats. Lui lei correro, e per sa padre, por plaisir di toi, lei combat. Oh, méprisez ta page, osez, disquesa la fière, parce la fête est et la fête per jour de cœur. Hello, hello, toreador, angarde, toreador, songe bien, oui, songe combattant, un noir tricor, toreador, l'amour tata.
As we go along in the you're not going to believe this. There's a man sitting in there. You see that box? There is a man. Hello?
Hello.
Did you hear that? Hello.
How are you?
I am fine. Do you live there?
Oh, sometimes.
Sometimes they don't believe that there's anybody here. Petroni will come out and say hello to everybody, eh?
Hello.
There he is. Isn't that beautiful? Now, he is what we call, ladies and gentlemen, he's called a prompter. He have what we call an eagle eye. And he checks to see that all the buttons are buttoned in the costume. Because sometimes very embarrassing things can happen. Now, if the button is unbuttoned high, he merely gives a cue up there, and they sing, and they close the button. Sometimes, however, the button is unbuttoned lower, and he gives a cue, and they sing, No, actually what he does is really a very important job, because with all the choruses and all the different entrances of the singers, he makes sure that everybody comes in at a given time, in a given space, so that the whole effort will be a coordinated and rather smoothly run performance. Adriano Petronio, I take my hat off to you. Thank you. Come out, take a bow. Come on, take a bow. Adriano. Now, along with everything else, there are special effects that go on in this theater that would absolutely stagger you. Would you be interested in seeing how snow is made on the stage? You would like to see that, wouldn't you? This is marvelous. Okay, I'll tell you what. Fellas, let's bring in a baton here, and we'll show you exactly how it's done. See, people in the theater, hold it 1 second. People in the theater only see the snow, but we will show you how it's done. Now, a gentleman comes out, and he pours confetti and little slips of paper in this curtain, which has a trough. There we are. That's marvelous. Oh. Yes. Now, this curtain is then pulled up out of sight. One slight little technical aspect: it is very difficult to have any snow effect without some snow music. So since you have displayed an unusual talent for singing this morning, I shall enlist your aid once again, and we will sing. Yes, and everybody with me, jingle bells, and jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to run. You see, somebody is shaking the curtain, and jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to run in a one-horse open sleigh. Yeah. My friend, I have a great surprise for you. There is a lady here today who is known in opera musical circles as the Queen of the Opera, one of the greatest coloratura sopranos of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Beverly Sills. You're also supposed to stand up, too. Come on, that's it. Everybody stand up. Now, when Miss Sills heard that we were going to do this look-in for all you young ladies and gentlemen, she said she would like to come and do that with us, and I think it's absolutely lovely for you to come, Bev, because now. I am delighted to have Beverly here because we both came from the same place. We both are from a little borough called Brooklyn. And every time that I look at Beverly, my heart begins to flutter. Because every time she opens her mouth and sings, I go into a regular trance. That's true, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. And she promised me that when she came out, we could sing a duet together.
I would be enchanted.
Beg your pardon?
I would be enchanted.
They say enchanted in Brooklyn?
Well, I come from a very classy part of Brooklyn.
Oh. She's enchanted because they're very classy pub. Well, that's enjoyable. I'm crazy about your dress.
Mine's really like my dress.
And I love your whole face.
The whole thing.
And the whole thing is marvelous.
Yeah.
And you're going to do a duet with me?
I have a marvelous duet with a marvelous part for you. It is really dynamite.
Dynamite.
C'est point.
No! That's some part they gave me here.
Si barfa bianchi, si qualce bianchi, si sperda franchi, Sinatra.
Merci. I've got bells that jingle-lula, jangle-lula, jingle as they go riding merrily along.
And they say, oh, ain't you glad you're single? So very far from home.
We've got bells, 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 bells of Filia dell'amore. Bells of Filia dell'amore. Bells of Filia dell'amore.
Oh, have a feeling goodbye and the barrel of fun.
What's this finger licking? No! That's a chicken.
Meow. Meow. Meow, 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 meow,
So deluso.
that you've seen some of the things that go into putting on an opera, what we'd like to do is to now show you the way a set is brought in, the way an opera is prepared, and we are going to do for you the beginning of one of the most famous operas in the opera repertory. It is La Traviata, and in the first scene you will see the whole living room come right in on the stage. Watch this. You don't see this anywhere else in the world. Right, you got that. The what? Yes. Now, usually when something is going on in front, all this is brought on, but we want to show you all of this. Now, gentlemen, are they now going to put the ceiling on top of this as well? It's going to come in. The ceiling is going to come in. And, oh, watch. This, see that go up? Now it'll come right down to the level of the stage, right here. Okay, fellas. Okay, fellas. Okay, fellas. We will sing. There you are. Chandelier goes up. Violetta will be sung by a marvelous young lady who just came over. Her name is Adriana Maliponte. And the role of Alfredo will be played by Jose Carreras. And then there will be Cynthia Munzer and Charles Anthony, Richard Best, Robert Goodloe, and Edmund Karlsrud. Violetta and Alfredo are two people who fall in love immediately at first sight. And Alfredo is shy, and he really doesn't want to look at Violetta. Violetta is a gay, vivacious, bright lady, and he is dying to meet her. These are all the people who have been invited to the party. This is Mrs. Lyman over there. Yes, Morris Teppelman has been here, but he is in the back because he, works with the other side of it. This fella, yes, is Lionel Zaligman. This one of the corporals of the guard. There we have the whole French filler, and this marvelous song, which is the opening of La Traviata, in which you will hear one of the most famous arias in opera. That's right? James? That's the one. We are ready? Now, I will leave you to see exactly what happens if you came into the theater at night and the curtain went up. This is what you would see.
Amici, la notte terresta, ed alla grigio si fa brillare, fra le tante più viva la festa.
E conferme potrete.
Lo voglio, a piacere
Alfredo Germano, signora, e con che molto onora. Tutti amici agli simili sono.
Sonde nel cielo nel giorno.
Aralfredo, Marchese, t'ho detto, l'amistà qui si intreccia al diletto.